What is up, beauties? Thanks so much for tuning back into my channel. But if this is the first time that we are meeting, my name is Ashley Nicole Arias, and I thank you for stopping on by. So I just wanted to start off this video by apologizing for not posting last week. I kind of wanted to wait it until I felt a lot better, but I got the coronavirus. So I'm okay now. I basically was in my room for a week and stayed away from my mom so that I wouldn't pass it on to her, and pretty much just waited it out. And now I'm all good. I am actually better than ever, and I feel chipper and actually kind of reborn and ready to dive into my creative space. So in the beginning, when I first found out that I had COVID, I was very distraught, and I tried making a video, and I was like, you know, my heart is not in this. I don't feel great about doing this right now, and so I just want to take a little bit of a break and allow myself to just sit with the feelings and let it pass. And it eventually did, and I got into this creative space where I decided that in the month of November I'm going to be playing guitar every day, and I'm gonna try to document my progress as much as I can. And also I made these cursive letters for my wall with the quote, "This too shall pass." I feel like whenever I come across anything that's really heavy, I tend to catastrophize and feel like I'm going to be stuck in that situation forever. And typically how it goes is that I realize, oh yeah, it eventually fades away and I actually feel a lot better afterwards. And that's kind of what happened when I found out I have COVID. It wasn't as bad as I thought, and my symptoms were actually really minor, so it wasn't too bad. And now I'm immune for a little bit. So it just goes to show that things aren't always bad as they seem, and any situation that you would ever encounter is bound to pass eventually. And so I just wanted to show you guys my creative project while I was holed up in my room, and I actually think it turned out pretty nicely. As you can see, it's right above my painting. It took me a good number of hours. I did it over the course of 3 or 4 days. So each word took about 2 hours, I would say. So I found a cursive template online for each of the letters, and I basically used a sheet of paper per letter. So that actually turned out pretty big. Like, I didn't realize that it would take up the whole space, basically. And I originally had a plan to put branches coming from the left side and like flowers, so I'm gonna still work on that. So basically what I'm gonna be doing in this video is something a little bit different. I kind of wanted to dive into my creative artsy side. For most of my life, I thought that I was only really good at STEM things, but now I'm realizing in quarantine that I'm actually very creative and talented in a lot of ways, and so I kind of want to explore that on my YouTube channel. And so today I'm going to show you guys how I am going to do the shadow on these letters. I feel like it doesn't really pop out too much. It kind of blends in with the wall color. So I'm going to make a shadow out of gray construction paper, and I'm going to glue it on the back. And I'm also going to make some cute little cherry blossoms out of the scraps from the letters. So let's dive right into that.
So you're going to need a dark color for the shadow. I only used 2 different shades since there weren't enough of the same color for all of the letters. You're also going to need some large scissors and also some tiny ones for the curvy, harder to reach parts. And then, of course, a pencil and eraser to trace. Then you're going to get the letters one by one, trace them onto the dark colored paper, grab your handy dandy scissors, and oh so carefully and meticulously, I might add, cut them out. And voila! You have created a wonderful shadow effect for your cursive letters.
3 hours later.
Now that you've finished creating the shadow for your letters, it's on to the cherry blossom flowers. I found a picture online to draw and admittedly spent way too long trying to draw the proportions perfectly. It might be easier to make origami flowers out of tissue paper or origami paper, but that'll be for another video. Once you've achieved ideal petal proportions, it's time to cut them out. Next, you'll use this flower to trace as many flowers as you'd like, and presto! You have yourself a handful of cute cherry blossoms to brighten up your cursive letters. And we're done! I think it turned out super nice.
Alright guys, so here is the finished product. After about 7 to 8 hours of work, I have finally finished. It took me pretty much all day, but I am very happy with how it turned out, and I hope that this video was helpful to you so that you can have some instruction on how to make your own cursive lettering and cherry blossom flowers at home. Before you go, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below, as well as the bell, so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I hope to see you next week, but until then, have a beautiful weekend, my love.